So we had originally started a cleaning business, and so when we took that business working independently as far as we could, and then we came across MaidPro, and with everything that MaidPro has to offer in terms of the technology, the support, the business coaching, were the main reasons why we joined MaidPro, and they have helped us immensely.
And let us get rid of the other stuff that we were doing. Like, we had jobs outside of the business as well. So focusing on just one thing allowed us to get rid, leave the other things behind and focus on one thing. And the big part of that, all of that, was the support that you get from the franchise. Like, running it by ourselves was very tedious, but we, still had full-time jobs outside of the business. So we just found it way more better buying the franchise in terms of the support and being able to not reinvent the wheel, because they had already done all the hard work. So
streamlined it
for us and made amazing for us. Partner, I think, we obviously know each other extremely well, and with the business, there's certain aspects of the business that is a better fit, like doing certain things are a better fit for one person over the other. So, like, I have my specific roles that I take care of, and Tanya has her specific roles, and they fit our personality style, I think. And I think that's really important, because we don't have to hire or outsource people to do that for us. Like, we can run this business together, but we can also run it kind of remotely. And one of us always is involved and always present. So I think having that to kind of bounce off each other is one of the benefits for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, there's obviously the part about being able to shut the business off outside of the business. Like, when we're closed, but sometimes it seeps into the personal life and family life sometimes, and that's not always a good situation. But I think that goes with growing pains and understanding the business. And, it's not an everyday situation, but it definitely does pop up once in a while. And working through that, I think, is, probably one of the difficult things.
Yeah, and it can be challenging when one person has an idea and the other person doesn't quite, maybe fully understand it. So supporting each other in that way. And again, with MaidPro and the lanes, having those clear lanes, but can be a little tricky when you're first growing the business, because you do have to cross lanes quite a bit. And just like what Matt said, in terms of making sure that, the business is the business and not letting it, seep into the outside of here, right?
Yeah.
And I would reach out to other married couples owners, right? And ask them, how are you guys doing it, right? Because, making sure that we support each other and listen to each other and do all that, but also holding each other accountable. So if you're in a certain lane, you got to do your job, right? You got to do what you say you're going to do. So it's just, making sure you have open and clear communication, all that kind of stuff that I would really pose a lot of questions to the new people that may be thinking about doing this. Okay, what are you going to be doing? What's the other person going to be doing? Okay, how often are you going to meet, discuss things and whatnot? And that, I would say, sometimes when, like what Matt was saying, that some things we wish we would have learned sooner, is because when you're working at another business or working in another field than your current business, then sometimes it can get a little lost. And where if one of those things of learning quicker.
It's got to be run like a business and not a marriage. You got to keep those things separate.
Yeah.